How's everyone doing tonight? Great. So what I want to do is kind of tell you what a typical American family does. So what they do is they get up in the mornings, and then mom starts saying, hurry up, let's go, let's go, let's go. Have you gotten your homework done? And then the kid says, no, oh, I don't know where it is. And then the mom says, have y'all eaten? And the kid says, no, let's just go through Starbucks or at McDonald's. And then they're rushing in the car and everybody's scattered. And the mom's thinking, I have all these things I need to do. And I can't even focus, how can I help my kid? But inside, she's also getting stressed, just like the kids are getting stressed because they haven't planned out their day either. And then what happens is they go through McDonald's and they get something from McDonald's, like a hamburger or whatever, Egg McMuffin. They get Cokes, and then it has tater tots in it too, which is filled with a lot of GMOs, a lot of additives, a lot of things that causes agitation to the brain. So then they go into their classrooms. They're either tired, they're agitated, they're really not focused or centered in what they need to do. And sometimes they end up talking in class, or they get up and down and wiggle around, and then they get in trouble. And then at the end of the class or the school, the mom goes back, picks them up, and says, how was your day? And they go, oh, okay, I don't know. And then they say, what did you learn? Well, I don't think I learned anything. Does anybody relate to this? Well, how was the teacher? Did the teacher teach you something? Oh, it was boring. And I didn't even get anything out of it. I don't even know why I should be in school. So what that really is that's brain chemistry that is off balance, and it's not actually planning for your day. And so if we can help them to plan and prepare, then they're gonna have a better way of studying, and they're gonna be more motivated. Okay, so this is a presentation about brain chemistry. And did y'all see this movie? Okay, remember how they're all sitting around the tables and they're all talking in their brain. They're talking in their brain and they're saying, why is she saying that? Well, that's exactly what's actually going on in your brain. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn what you need to do to help yourself and your children to be a better a learner, but also have a better experience with going to school. And then we're going to talk about what foods you should eat to stabilize your brain chemistry, what to eat for yourself to help plan your day and to be more motivated, but also your kid, and how to use essential oils to release serotonin and other chemicals that help support your brain to be grounded and uplifted, but mostly just to be centered where you can actually concentrate. And then we're going to learn some exercises to help balance your creative right brain to your left brain that's more analytical. Then we're going to learn some QiGong breathing, which I don't know that anybody's even heard of that, but I'm going to teach it to you. And then chakra balancing with the essential oils. And then we're going to do some things that helps to release fear and anxiety, and it just brings your brain chemistry to where you can let some of that go. And then we're going to teach you a Tangerine exercise. So everybody stand up. And does everybody have Tangerine on their hands? Okay, so whenever, I just want to make sure that I say this properly. It's not what you see. So it's actually behind the eyes where most of your learning comes from. So if you actually just look at something and read it, you're not going to get the whole experience, and your brain's not actually prepared to actually learn something new. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to have the tangerine on your palms. Do y'all have that? Okay, so you're going to just rub your hand, get it warm, and then you're going to take your palms and then go to your nose and smell, because that gets the olfactory and it right to the brain so that you can be focused and relaxed. And then take your hands and go to the top of the head, slightly in the back. And you don't want it to be on it, you just want it to be there. So what you want to do is pretend that you're actually taking a tangerine and put it right there, because that closes the brain to where the subconscious and the conscious connect. So then just take it out and go out. And now take your hands, go up, and then go back down. And now you can sit down. What is going on in your brain anyway? What's happening is your brain has neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are actually chemicals that are important for the receptor sites to be full. If the receptor sites are not full, then what happens is you begin to be ADD, you begin to be scattered, you begin to be agitated or irritable. Your kids can be just all over the place. Anybody recognize any of those symptoms in your family? Okay, when you can't find your car keys, you call someone or you forget why you called. Has that happened to y'all? You can't seem to get organized. You and your child are scattered. They forget to tell you something that they need, and then you're up at midnight and you go to Walmart. Has that happened to y'all? I've done it before. Anyway, those are all signs and symptoms of the neurotransmitters being off. There are 3 neurotransmitters that you have that are inhibitory, and then there are 2 that are excitatory, and then I've added in there histamine, and histamine is a central nervous system stabilizer. So if your histamine is off, not from an allergy so much, then your body's going to be off. Do y'all recognize these characters? Okay, so serotonin, dopamine, and GABA are inhibitory. But what that really means is if it's not balanced, you're going to not feel balanced and calm. You're going to be scattered. You're going to be agitated. But what they do is they inhibit your brain from overreacting. So if you have those balanced, then you're not going to overreact to things. Okay, serotonin is one of the most important chemicals for balance, which allows you to learn, make plans, and reason things out. Your child's brain does not fully develop for reasoning until they're 21 years old. So that's why their brain sometimes is making weird or coming out weird. If their serotonin is balanced, then they're going to make better choices. And it helps you to see the big picture as a whole, but requires the help from the amino acids, dopamine, GABA, and some other neurotransmitters. Okay, dopamine imbalances show up when your child jumps up and he's jumping from one thing to another, or bouncing off the sofas, or saying, I need to read this book, or no, I have math to do. Okay, now I'm going to go outside and play basketball. When this chemical is extremely off balance, it can cause paranoid issues. It actually can make them think, nobody likes me. So if your child, or even you, if at the end of the day, if you think, no one likes me, no one's talking to me, most of the time it is dopamine that's off balance. Dopamine imbalances can cause you to have addictive issues also. And that's why in today's world, there's Starbucks, there's large Cokes. They used to be this big, and now they're that big. And then we have Happy Meals that are, I don't even know what they're called at Dairy Queen now, but everything's big. But what the cause of that is that we are filling it with a lot of GMOs, a lot of BPAs, a lot of additives, which makes you addicted to that product. And this is just a side note. I have a Happy Meal that I've had for almost 8 years now in my cabinet at home, and it still looks like a normal hamburger. And so and the cheese hasn't melted, the bread has not even molded, the French fries look the very same, and bugs don't even want it. Okay, when your kids are tired, you might be tempted to let them have a Coke or go to Starbucks or something like those energy drinks. But what it really is setting them up for is later in life to use something and it becomes an addiction. So it may start out as a simple Coke every day, but it can grow into something else, which grows into something else, and then you might have a child that ends up on drugs or alcohol. So what you want to do is teach them to do other things, like whenever they are off balance, which we're going to do.
What about computer games?
Yeah, that's the same thing. They're all, yeah, that's all the same. Oils to support dopamine receptors. You can support your receptors with essential oils such as peppermint, helichrysum, rose, and oregano. What I would say is go to the one that you can afford and go to the one that you like the smell the best, okay? Because it is for your brain and you don't want something that you don't connect with to work with the dopamine. And then GABA is like the gas pedal on your car. It controls the speed in which the neurotransmitters work. So if you are going to work on your car and you notice that there's a quart low of oil, your car starts to function less. You might feel a little bit of pull or give. And then the next quart goes down, and then it starts really making noises. And by the time the third quart goes down, it's crashed. And so that's the same thing what GABA does with us. So if it's too high, your reactions become really slow and nothing seems to bother you. So if you have a kid or if yourself, if you've lost that motivation or if something that normally makes you want to do something and then you just don't have a desire, that is GABA. So does that make sense? Y'all can talk. Okay, oils to support GABA receptors. Okay, when you need to calm down and slow your thoughts, the bergamot, lemon, lavender, and ylang-ylang work really well. To increase the rate in which you are thinking and reacting, to increase your motivation, ginger, peppermint, thyme, orange, and ylang-ylang. Lavender is one that can go either way. So if you put a little bit on, it's going to calm you down. If you put a lot of lavender on, it goes the other way. So oils to support serotonin receptors. You can support your serotonin receptors with oils such as brain power, clarity, joy, frankincense, maragnon, tranquil, lemon, and melissa. And again, I like the brain power because it is a blend, and I like joy because it is a blend. I like joy because it lifts me up, but you might like the brain power because it calms you down. So you've got to really pay attention to how you feel when you use the oil and what your brain is doing and if it's reacting like you want. Because we're not all cookie cutters. We're not all the same. Our chemistry's not the same. All I can do is tell you what I've noticed in patients and what the literature has shown and what the scientific evidence is with the brain chemistry. Excitatory neurons, these are the ones that inhibit ones to become more unbalanced. So you don't want a lot of excitatory transmitters. So norepinephrine, which is associated with the fight or flight, that's when you feel like you have a bear chasing you and you're running and running through a forest and you just never come to a stop. That's when the neurotransmitter norepinephrine can come up. If you constantly go and you constantly run and you constantly live with that fight or flight, it can lead to anxiety, decreased motivation, and drive. So if you're feeling like you want to go home and you want to sit on the sofa and you don't want to do anything, that's when your gas is going down and that's when your body is starting to burn out. And so you can correct a lot of that or support your systems with essential oils. Okay, epinephrine is your adrenaline, and those are the people that like to go out and do crazy things. They like to jump off bridges or skydive or mountain climb, ice climb, X Games. Those are the people that they're just living on this constant fight or flight. When this neurotransmitter is elevated, it can cause you to have symptoms of ADD, ADHD, racing heart rate, and it can lead to an elevated blood pressure. So sometimes people that have what they think is panic attacks is really from the neurotransmitter being bombarded. So if they can calm their body down with an oil or with doing some exercises, it can get them back into the resting, digesting, which is the opposite to the fight or flight. The oils to support imbalances in excitatory transmitters, the neuroepinephrine is peace and calming, lemon, lavender, and rosemary. And then epinephrine is lavender, citrus fruit, lemon, rosemary, and frankincense. Again, the lavender can go either way, so you want to use it like sparingly, so use a little bit. If it doesn't make you too excited, then you can add a little bit, but just experiment with how your brain is feeling. Okay, so histamine, you might wonder why I added this. In the past, I would say 3 to 5 years, there's been a population of people that have a response to what they eat that is causing people to have panic attacks. But when you go to the doctor, they do skin testing, they do allergy testing, blood testing. It does not show up as an allergy. And it's not an allergy. What it is it's actually a response to your body being toxic. And with that response being high, that also means that your adrenaline is too high. So your adrenal glands have secreted cortisol. That cortisol secretes homocysteine. That homocysteine releases way too much histamine that gets stored in the body. And so if your child, whenever you're using oils, or if you're eating something and then all of a sudden they're coughing, or if it happens to you, you're coughing, your nose gets stuffy, you start to feel like your heart's racing, that means you're having an overreaction to that histamine. So what you need to do is stay away from fermented foods, mainly processed foods and all the additives. But peppermint, orange, citrus fruit, lemon, and lime can help reduce that histamine response and help your body to calm down. Okay, so you're probably going, where should I start? You take your child to the doctor, and the doctor says they need medication. They're ADD, and they're just all over the place. Or even the teachers now will say, maybe you should take them to get tested, and they need to be on medication. Some of the medicines that they like to prescribe is Adderall, Ritalin, antidepressants, because they can't sleep because their brain's going too much, or sleep medications, and a whole list of other things. And a lot of those have the same response as what cocaine does. And so a lot of the kids, when they go off to college, because they are used to taking those medicines, they go to college and they start lacing it with cocaine. And so it gives the very same thing. It gives them a super feeling like I can do anything. And so you want to be careful with that, but there is other ways that you can treat them. So there's actually hope for them to be grounded, for you to be grounded and uplifted, focused, being able to make a plan, to feel good, and to just get up in the mornings and actually be motivated to go to work or to go to school. So the most important thing to remember is that God gave us plenty of organic foods. If we read in the Bible, it tells us exactly what we should eat, which is organic foods, our plants. We have plants everywhere, all over, to make essential oils. We have herbs, minerals that support every system in our body. He made our bodies to be able to heal itself and to balance itself and to function properly if we're putting those foods in. What is hard is the foods that we get from the grocery store are processed. They have GMOs, they have the BPAs, they have colors, dyes, and those all agitate the brain. What you eat directly affects what you learn, and one of the most important things to eat is protein. Protein gives you plenty of the amino acids. Those amino acids fills in the receptor sites, and they can make you feel more focused, more uplifted, and more grounded. Okay, so the importance of protein, like I was telling you, there's a lot of the amino acids that you get from the protein. You need to eat about 0.36 grams per pound of your body weight. For women, it normally is around 36 grams, and for men, it's 46 grams. But that's for a sedentary person. That's not for somebody that's active. So the ultimate way to maintain your brain chemistry throughout the day is to eat protein every 2 hours and strive to eat 30 grams at every meal. So, and that's for ultimate brain chemistry, keeping your body healthy, keeping active, and stay up and going. And it doesn't have to be, I'm not red meat if you're not a red meat eater. I'm definitely more vegetarian, but there's other ways that you can have that much protein. But the amino acids are a must for a good protein source. Every 2 hours, if your kids are feeling like they're being overwhelmed, if they're not sleeping good, if they will eat a bite of protein before they go to bed, that helps to stabilize the brain chemistry. If you're wanting to lose weight, eating protein every 2 hours helps speed up your metabolism. Okay, so support from Young Living. I have to tell y'all, whenever I first was a chiropractor and I was introduced to essential oils, I didn't think that I could even use essential oils, because every time that I used them, or if people around me were using them, I would start coughing. I would end up having an anaphylactic response. But what I later learned was that it's really because the other products were impure. And so the impure products that was added to it was causing that histamine response. And so then I would end up coughing, sneezing, heart rate would go up, and then not even being able to talk. And so I thought, okay, I can't do that, until Maria introduced me to the Young Living. And so I've been fine since. So the first product that I really like is the Pure Protein Complete. The thing that I really like about it is has the 5 protein blend. In that blend is enough amino acids to actually fill in the brain chemistry for the dopamine, the serotonin, the GABA. So it helps to just calm that down. And it also contains 25 grams of protein per serving. And I don't know if y'all have tried that, but it's so good. I always feel like I'm cheating. And then Power Meal, this is a rice-based meal replacement, and it's packed full of calcium, antioxidants, and it has 20 grams of protein. It's a meal replacement, so if you wanted to use it to not eat your protein, you could actually use that. And it also is full of minerals and their enzymes, so it's going to break down all your food and it won't stay in your stomach. And then it has the minerals in there that helps your body to work properly, and it helps to prevent muscle spasms. So multi-greens, I don't know if y'all have a hard time getting enough vegetables, but vegetables are way more important than the fruits. And I know that most vegetables, if you buy them at the market or the the Kroger superstore, or some of those that you just go and pick them up, they might not have what you need to get out of it, or you might have to eat a whole bunch just to get the vitamins that you need. So the supplement gives you the minerals, and it gives you the vitamins that you need for your nervous system, circulatory system, and it's made with spirulina and alfalfa sprouts, barley grass, bee pollen, and electro and Pacific Help. So those items right there, they're going to boost your memory, but they're going to boost your energy, they're going to help you to stay more focused, and it also is going to help to heal on your inside. Okay, Brain Power Essential Oil. This blend of essential oils is high in sequestrins like royal Hawaiian, sandalwood, blue cypress, and frankincense to promote a sense of clarity and focus. That's one of my favorites. And oils to support confidence is Live with Passion. I think if I just use Live with Passion, I would be more confident. And then jasmine and valor, transformation, and sandalwood. And then Sleep Essence supplement. I really like this product because it calms the brain. So if you're one of those type of people that go to bed and you're always thinking, you think, oh, I need to get up, do this, or I have this in the morning, or I haven't completely planned my day, and so I need to pop up out of bed and get that done. This Sleep Essence can help you, and it can help your child. And the Sleep Z's oil, this oil can be diffused at bedtime, especially if your kid really doesn't like to have something ingested. They can sleep with it by their bed for a peaceful aromatic environment, and it's containing of lavender, geranium, chamomile, tangerine, and bergamot. So it's a really good blend, and it smells good. So how to eat to maintain mood, energy, focus, and drive. Okay, so one thing, whenever you go to the grocery store, you walk in, and they kind of direct you. They make you try to go into the center aisle. I don't know if y'all know this, but whenever you go shopping at eye level, they pay a lot of money to be at eye level. And that's the foods that has the more additives, they have the more preservatives, it has more junk in it. So what you want to do, if you shop in the center aisle, is look way up and look way down. And those are the places that normally things are a lot better. Okay, then you go into the fruit section, and all the fruit looks the same. Like you have these huge strawberries that all look the same. They're red, they're big. Whenever they're like that, if all the fruit in there is the same, they are genetically modified and they're dyed. So what you want to do is go to the section that says organic and look for the fruits that don't look the same, that are different, like slightly different. They may look a little ugly, but those are better for you. Okay, so you want to stay away from processed breads. If you go to the store, there's tons of bread, and you get confused. If you look at all the breads and it says enriched, say it says enriched wheat bread. What enriched wheat bread is dyed white bread that they have added a little color and a little wheat to make it enriched. So there's 22 processes that white bread has to go through to be enriched white bread. And then there's 3 more processes to make it to be enriched wheat bread. So you're taking a product and you're just making it all these other things and putting a little bit of vitamins in it and saying it's good and it's good for your child or it's good for you, but it's not. What it really does is it increases toxins, and it also glues your intestinal tract together. So all these little muscles that go, they're called villi, so they're moving like this. And whenever you eat or mix flour and water, what does it make? Glue. Okay, so what you're doing is you're gluing down those villi, and they get stuck to the intestinal wall, and pretty soon you end up with leaky gut syndrome, spasms, bloating, and allergies and irritability. So what you want to try to do is eat an organic meal plan, but I know that sometimes it's expensive, so you want to look at labels, and if the label has more than 5 ingredients in it, don't eat it. If it has a whole paragraph, that's not food, I promise. Okay? So just try to eat plainer and eat the foods the way that God gave it to us, and you and your kids will feel a lot better. If you do cook, just try to add organic things or natural things. You can even use your essential oils to add flavor. But don't add too much, because when you cook with them, a little bit is a lot. So you can overdo with that. Another thing is you can have grains, but stay away from wheat. And then you can have nuts, but stay away from peanuts.
What's wrong with peanuts?
Peanuts is, it's a fermented product, so it ends up being a histamine releaser, and it doesn't provide much nutrients for you.
A lot of aflatoxins.
Yeah, so if you eat peanuts, go for the ones that you actually open and that you're eating them right then. So if you open it, eat them then. Because if you open it and you let it sit out, it gets fermented, and then it starts to release more histamine when you eat it. And then you become more allergic. Okay, so Young Living can help by giving you a lot of different products to send for snacks. I love this wolfberry snack bar. I don't know if y'all have had those. These snack bars, they help with mood, they help you with focus, and they're sweet enough that kids really like them. And then the Ninja Red, are all of y'all on Ninja Red? This is such a good product. It helps with brain chemistry, but it also helps just giving you energy to do things throughout the day. And it also helps with normal cell function and eye function. So how can I get my child to study and be able to learn with confidence? This is where y'all are going to get to do some exercises, and we're going to use oils. Aren't y'all excited? Okay, so this can be something that you can personally use if you want to read, if you want to study, if you want to make a plan, or if you need to goal set, or if you want to change something about yourself. All of these things you can use to do those things. Okay, so go ahead and stand up. Okay, so we have what I said to have peace and calming. So we have, but we decided to use genius and orange, right? That we're diffusing?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do is put your hands like this. Okay, put your elbows here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to learn some breathing to help to center your body. Okay, so your palms are like this, and you're actually going to just sweep and pull in. So go sweep and pull in. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and then again, and push in. Okay, now we're going to pass around some oils, and I want you to put them on these two fingers. Okay? Oh, I think this one is empty. Do you have?
I got the pepper.
Okay. Okay. What? Okay, so when you get the oils on your fingers, what I want you to do is try to think of something that is either bothering you or a fear or something that's keeping you from doing the things that you want to do, okay? So take these two fingers and then tap right here. And I just want you to think of a fear, phobia, whatever you want to think of, and tap right there. Okay, and remember, wherever there's fear, there is no faith. So you cannot have faith if you have a fear. So you want to calm that down to where you can have faith. Okay, now go up and over. Y'all should be feeling a little bit more relaxed. Okay, so now what I want you to do is put a little oil in your hand, or you can just rub it since you already have it. Okay, so now your palms are going to be, one is up here and one is down here. So this is going to balance your whole body from right to left, but it's also going to balance your chakras. So we're going to do this 8 times and just flow. And you want to relax. This is fun. You don't want to hold your breath. You just want to relax. You're going to do that 8 times. Are y'all breathing? Are y'all breathing?
Yes.
Okay, now take your hands, and what I want you to do is think about what is bothering you, what's keeping you from doing what you want to do, what's your fear, and then do this, and just smash it into a little ball. And y'all might be feeling a little energy. Do y'all feel energy in between your hands? That's because you have energy flowing out of the palms. Okay, now we're gonna just throw it away. Okay, now do this again. Breathing, relaxing, having fun. Are y'all having fun? Yep. Okay, now then, do it again. Now, planning your day, you're just gonna squash it into this ball, into the ball, and things kind of pop out like, oh man, my past wasn't so good. So what you wanna do is throw away your past because you are not your past. Okay, now then just stretch and go up and over. Now are y'all feeling more relaxed? Yes. Okay, so now just sit back down. And I just wanted to go over what we did. Remember we did the tangerine? Remember the tangerine? Okay, so what I want y'all to do is take your hands, go up, smell, and then put the tangerine right there. Okay, now we're ready to learn. Okay, drop it down. So what that does is that is a way to teach your brain to start to ground and to learn. So you're bypassing what you think you want to learn to actually go into the subconscious to pull out what you really want to learn. So whenever you get home with your child or whenever you're in a quiet place and you want to make a plan, what you want to do is you want to preview what you really want to do. If you don't have a plan, you don't really have a way to get an action. So whenever you have something that you're going to do, you want to preview and think about what you want to do. So you want to ask yourself some questions. And you want to ask, what is in this book that I want to learn? Like, or why do I want to take this time to write down something? Because if you don't ask yourself those questions and you don't get your mindset ready, you can read the material, but you have to read it again because you didn't catch what you wanted to learn. Have y'all ever had that experience? If it's goal setting, you want to ask yourself some important questions. And one of the questions that actually sets people up for poverty or failure is, I want to do this. How many of y'all have had an idea that you wanted to do something and then you never did anything? It's because you asked, I want to do this, but I have no idea how. And so what you want to do is start with the how. Like, I have this idea, how am I going to do this? It completely changes the brain and it completely sets it up to learn. Okay, so ask yourself how questions and not what questions. So get your brain ready to learn. So you want to get the brain open and balanced from right to left. You'll have to stand up. Okay, you need both hands. Okay, so what happens is, say you're right-brained and everything is creative and you don't even like math, okay, but you have to do math. So you want to connect the left brain to the right brain so that they can come together and learn. One of the best things to do is go back to where you were born. Everybody was born to crawl first, and God gave us that to connect the right side to the left side. So let's just do what simulates crawling, which is oppositions. And guys have more trouble with this because they're mathematical usually. Okay, keep doing it, keep doing it. Now go knee, knee, and knee, knee, and knee, and knee, and knee. Okay, stop. Okay, so take one arm, and I want you to make a figure 8, but I don't want you to go up and down with it. I want you to go across your body. Okay, so go this way. Okay, so can everybody do that? Okay. Don't be breaking that. Okay, now the left side. Okay, and now both arms. Okay, if you're having trouble with that, what it means is that you're dominant on one side. And so that's all it means. But you want to try to go across your body, because when you go across your body, you're actually connecting better. If you go this way, you are not connecting, okay? All right, so y'all can sit back down. And there is going to be a test on this when we're done. I did bring Scantrons. Okay, so whenever you get done with your homework, or whenever you're done with your planning, you want to use like a tranquil blend or some calming blend, and we want to pass around. Let's see. Can we use your peace and calming?
Yes.
It's not open, I don't think. It is? Okay. Yeah, just use it sparingly, okay? But whenever you're done, so you've done your exercises, you've done your breathing, and you've done the preview, you've sat down and actually written your goals, or you've read the book, you've asked yourself questions to help your body to remember it, and we've done the breathing and the questions after. So we're going to go through this one last step, which is to help with your emotions. And the emotional part is whenever, say you're sitting beside somebody and you can start feeling agitated, and you're really not agitated yourself, but you wonder, why do I feel agitated? It can actually be from somebody else's emotions. So if you're in a house and you're feeling like you just feel agitated, you feel this uncomfortable feeling, you can close your chakra point in the solar plexus with an oil. So whoever has the oil, just rub it in your hands like that. And then you want to rub your stomach anti-clockwise. And it's best on the skin, but we'll just go on the clothes. Okay, we'll just have our clothes all healed for the day. Okay, so then just take your hands and go up and over, okay? If somebody is upsetting you and you don't know what to do, if you do your palms like this, so your palms are out, and you can make it look like you're just doing a yawn, but a palm out is pushing away their energy. And whenever you push away their energy, it's at least 5 feet that it's being pushed away. That's why you want to go here and go up and then go back down, okay? So there's a technique that you can ask yourself what is going on. I can make sure that your emotions are balanced, but you want to allow yourself to feel it too. So I use a NOPS technique. So first you want to notice how you feel when you try to learn. If you feel agitated, if you feel irritable, or if you start to feel like, I can't get this, then you know to go to an oil that will help with that. And then you want to own your own feelings. So if you want to laugh, you want to cry, kind of like we did last night with that computer. So I have a new oil that I invented. It's called Kick Your Computer Oil. And she has that. And then we have the P, which is play around with it. So you want to just, if you learn something, just kind of play around with it. Talk to people about it. Tell your husband. Most of the time they won't hear you, but tell them anyway. But I'm just kidding, just because there's a couple of guys in here. Okay, stay with it. So you want to stay with it. Don't give up, because the more that you read, the more you try, the more that you try to learn, it increases those brain cells, and it makes part of the brain kick in that wasn't working. So if it's hard for you, just keep going. Like, relearn it, ask people, to help you with it. Or if it's a plan and you get it down on paper, but you don't really know where you're going to go with it, start talking to your friends that actually support you, okay? So if you have just a group of friends, they all think that you're perfect. They go, oh, you're perfect. You don't need to make a change. You need to change friends so that your friends will say, yes, you do need to change, a little bit tweaking in your personality or a little bit tweaking in the way you react, and you're going to get what you want. Or, just study more, or, I know this person that can help you. But there's always an answer. So how do you control self-talk? Okay. The things that you don't want your kids to do is start looking at themselves and telling themselves something bad. Or you do not want to go to your mirror when you're getting dressed in the morning, because Satan, where he lives, is right above your mirror. And he's ready to go, oh, you can't do that. You were ugly. Don't do that. Don't wear that outfit. You know how we do when we look in the mirror? Or I know how I do whenever I'm brushing my hair, and I'll think, oh, I'm having a bad day, or my hair's doing something weird. But anyway, you want to leave out some of these statements. That's, I will try, because I will try is really giving yourself a way out. If you say that, if somebody says, can you do this? Oh, I'll try. What it really means is, no, I'm going to come up with something. I'm not going to be there. And then I want to. What they're really saying is, I'm not going to because I don't have the skills, or some fear. And then I will later, or I can't do it, or I am stupid, or I am fat and ugly, and I can't learn. So your body reacts to what you tell it, and your brain doesn't know whether it's the truth or not. And if you look in the mirror and you tell yourself, I am beautiful, I am blessed, God loves me, I am thin, and I am healthy, then your body starts to react to that. So you don't want to allow yourself to hit the snooze button either. How many of y'all do that? Okay, so whenever you hit the snooze button, that is the most negative time that you're going to have during the day. Because what you do is you start telling yourself, I don't want to get up. I have to get up. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to do that. And that's too hard for me. And you keep going and going and going. And then finally, when the last snooze button, you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to do it. So what you've done is you've told yourself it's negative, and you're going to have a harder time the rest of the day. So you want to just let your alarm go off and just pop up. And then you want to say to yourself and to your kids, I am a genius, I can do this, I am blessed, I am loved, I am likable, I am a good friend, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. I am not my past, I say goodbye to my past, I am present, God loves me, I love me, I am perfectly designed, and I have the talents to do whatever it is that God wants us to do. And that's for every single person. So each person in here is unique, and y'all are given a special talent that nobody else has. And you're designed in a way that nobody else is. And so you want to just let yourself do the things that you want to do that will make you happy, but it needs to be to serve someone. If you're doing those things for yourself, you're not going to really be happy. So God gave us talents. He gave us things to equip ourselves with to serve. And that's what our mission should be. Okay, so in conclusion, we've learned how to support and balance your brain chemistry for learning, goal setting, mood stabilization, focusing, and you can use oils, supplements, proteins, some of the protein supplements that Young Living has, and eat organic. Try to stay away from foods that have more than 5 ingredients, and shop for things above or below the inside aisles. We learned there's a 5-step process to getting ready to do your homework and to get it completed and to actually embed that into your brain. And then we talked about the NOPS technique to uplift and ground your thinking, and we concluded on how to stop negative self-talking. There's one thing that I would like to show y'all, but I need a volunteer to come up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all how, okay, it's interesting.
Good.
Okay, so I'm going to show y'all how your thoughts travel at 268 miles per second. Okay, so your thoughts travel at 268 miles per second. Your foods affect you 268 miles per second. What you do, like put in your body, whether it's sugar, that affects you at 268 miles per second, okay? So you can either lift yourself up or you could really slow yourself down. But how many people have been in a group like this and somebody walks in through the door that's in a bad mood and they're late and they're just like, oh, you know, and it makes everybody feel uncomfortable? Have you ever had that happen? Or somebody's walking towards you and you can see that they're agitated and you just want to go, ooh, I'm going to back up. Okay, what that really is it's your frequencies in your body not matching with the frequencies of that person, okay? So if you like somebody immediately, that's really your frequencies are connecting. So that's how, like when you meet somebody and you immediately like them or you don't like them, that's why, scientifically. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use her for an experiment to show y'all and her how fast that our thoughts affect her. Okay, so what I want you to do is just hold your arm tight.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna push down, you push slightly up.
Okay.
Okay, hold. Okay, now what I want you to do is leave the room for a minute. So go outside and count to 10 and then come back in. Okay? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hold my finger up and I want y'all to think something not so positive about her. We're gonna think we don't like her, okay? We don't like her, we don't want her here. Okay, 2, I'm gonna have y'all think we like her, we love her, and we're gonna see how it affects her. Got it? Everybody got that? Okay. So 1's negative, 2's positive. Okay, so now let's muscle test you. Okay, hold. Don't let me push down. Okay, so 1, put it up. Okay, 1. Okay, hold. Hold tight. Push up. Okay, now 2. Hold tight. Okay, so 1. Hold tight. Okay, 2. Hold tight. Okay, so what we did was, okay. So what we did was, yes. Okay. Okay, so what we did to you. Okay, is when we did 1, we were thinking we didn't like you. But when we did 2, we were thinking that we loved you, that we wanted you here. So whenever somebody is around you and you're thinking inside your brain, I don't like them, you know, I don't want them around here, or they're so silly, or they're stupid, they can never learn, you're really making them to be weak, just like what you did to her. And it's not even one, it's not just one person. It can be a whole room or classroom or even a whole church or auditorium. So if one person is standing up there and they're saying that I'm going to teach you math today, but they're thinking, I don't know why I'm teaching them math because they're not going to learn. That kid over there is, you know, blah, 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 and he's so stupid, you know, blah, 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 and he doesn't do his homework. If you're thinking that, you're actually bringing their energy down and they're not going to learn. So if there's someone that needs help with learning, or if they need your help, you want to be careful how you say it or what you think, because what you think is more powerful even than what you say. So, okay, I appreciate y'all so much, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank y'all.